Magic art is a window into the world of the game, and the art ranges from beautiful and striking to god-awful. Though the art has very much improved over the years, one issue that has become more prevalent since the Shards of Alara block in 2008 has been inconsistent representation of recurring characters. This is Joe Cherry from the Nitpicking Nerds, and that's what we'll be tackling in this video. We start our adventure with a character who is as prominent as he is boring, Jace Balor, a character who was shrouded in mystery when he made his debut on Lorwyn in 2007. No one knew what hairstyle lurked beneath his cloak. What does Jace look like? Is he bald up there? Or does he have weirdly shaped ears? Nobody knew, until he finally removed his hood to fight Chandra. It turns out he was just an anime character the whole time. Anime Jace returned in 2012, this time equipped with eyeliner and what appeared to be a brand new face. His hair in this artwork is undoubtedly black, but he would return several times with brown hair in the future. In Return to Ravnica, Wizards of the Coast finally cast a big-time actor for the role in Nicolas Cage. The mind magic and deception were too much for Nicolas Cage, and he was forced to retire the role to none other than Tom Cruise. Tom was a fan of vintage Jace and made the creative decision to return to the character's black-haired days of old. Even though Jace's look seems to have become more consistent in the past few years, he can't seem to choose between broody 20-something and vibrant anime character. Moving on to our next character, Liliana shows us that Wizards is having problems with more than just hair color when it comes to their protagonist. The standards for her appearance were set in Lorwyn when she is shown with long black hair and pale skin covered in mystical markings. The next time we see Liliana is on Innistrad, she appears to have taken up tanning as her newest hobby. Her skin is the opposite of pale, and she appears to be heading to the club in her skimpy dress. She also used her chain veil powers to tilt the camera 45 degrees and confuse anyone looking at her. Through the power of editing, we can undo this unwanted sorcery. In Magic 2012, she chose to grow out her hair twice as long, and it's hard to see her natural skin tone because she's trapped in a tiny room with a purple neon bar sign as the only source of lighting. As you may have read in the story, Emrakul's first action on Innistrad was to destroy all the tanning beds, leaving Liliana's skin a pale mess. After taking revenge by locking Emrakul in the moon, she rushed off to Amonkhet, a desert plain with two obligatory suns that double as plot devices. Only there could she return her skin to its former glory. The Gatewatch aren't the only characters changing their looks in nonsensical ways. This little tot is Pyr, and he's a gladiator who fights with his imaginary friend Toothy, a ferocious monster that's basically a mouth with legs. Let's see if you can spot the difference between Pyr and Toothy's legendary creature artworks and the artworks for Pyr's whim. Yep, you guessed it. Pyr has completely changed races, and it unfortunately looks like Toothy has not finished rendering yet. Maybe on this plane there's two children named Pyr who both have pet mouths, because these two Pyrs look almost nothing alike. Like our boy Jace, Vraska's first depiction conceals her face, and we are left wondering a lot about her. It would be 2 whole years before she would be reprinted in a dual deck, and this time, she had less features than the last time. Then, Wizards decided to print a Vraska every 10 minutes starting in Ixalan, and none of them look remotely similar. Her face is all squished on the pirate ship in Ixalan, and she's suffering from old person face in her mono black starter deck artwork. But, in an interesting turn of events, this secluded Gorgon who would rather lurk in the shadows decides to start a modeling agency and recruits the entire Golgari swarm, the sexiest guild in all of Ravnica. How she remained unseen with bright green and orange hair will remain a mystery. Our final nominee for weirdest appearance change is none other than the scheming baddie seeking to acquire every MacGuffin in the multiverse. But for this man, we need look no further than his most recent card, Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Look at those talons, so sharp and pointy. and those adorable, underdeveloped legs flapping in the breeze. We tease, but true shoutouts to Svetlin Valanov for his outstanding interpretation. Now, the flip side of this card is a completely different story. We weren't sure what this artist, coincidentally also named Svetlin Valanov, was doing. Fans of Bolas's talents would definitely be wanting more, but for those who enjoyed his stubby baby legs, you're in luck. Bolas seems to be slowly developing into a giant gremlin the more we see of him. These are just a few examples of the mixed signals Wizards is sending us about what these characters actually look like. It is hard to become more immersed in the lore and flavor of the game when the characters change each and every time we see them. I don't know the exact relationship between Wizards and the artists they commission, but it would produce more consistent results to commission the same person to do recurring characters. If that isn't possible, which it might not be, then art direction needs to be more specific for these characters, so that Chandra doesn't end up looking like a mannequin, and Nissa doesn't look like she's wearing a Halloween mask of Nissa. In the end, we love Magic, and Magic art in general, but it would certainly be nice to see a little more consistency in the characters that we enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out our channel for more Magic related content. Thanks for watching!